Hey there, Michael Griffiths here, founder of Referral Marketing Guru, and welcome to this week's Get More Referrals Today podcast. Today, I want to talk about client referrals because it's not just as simple as do a good job and they will refer. In fact, it's far from it. And it's definitely not do a good job and ask. That tends to be the way that most people who don't have much idea about the limbic brain, about human behavior, about how we are hardwired, think that referrals come about. They think by simply doing a good job that people will refer. And sure, 1 or 2% will. But if you want every single person that you work with to refer, then you need to tune in and start doing things a little bit different. So before we get into that, as always, not going to run ads, no sponsors. If you love the episode, please just simply share it with one other person. Share it with one other colleague, one other business owner, because that's what keeps the show going. We'd love for you to subscribe wherever you are, your favorite podcasts platform is, and love for you to leave a review. That motivates us and keeps us ticking along week in, week out, bringing you great ways to be able to use the limbic system and be able to really grow your business, make your business more extraordinary, transform those referral systems, client retention strategies, and skyrocket that client loyalty. So let's dive into this, client referrals. And I want to give you this simple framework. It's not a tactic, it's not a do this, it's a framework to how you need to think about client referrals. Because most of the time, we're so far off why people actually, as clients, refer us. So what I'm going to do here, if you are watching this on our social platforms, if you're watching this on our our Referral Marketing Guru YouTube channel, you're going to see me draw things out. If you're just listening to this as a podcast, I want you to play along. And to start with, I want you to draw me a triangle. So our normal triangle, it has 4 spaces. We're going to have a red, a yellow, a green, and a super green section. Or jump over to the YouTube channel. You don't need to. You can play along with me and you can get the picture. So here we are with our client referral framework. Now, at the very bottom of this client referral framework, to me, that red zone, how most people think that they should get client referrals, it's pretty much like transactional. It's pretty much like, let me beg, let me hope that my clients will just simply refer. And don't get me wrong, there is a small percentage that will, because there's a small percentage of your clients that are what I call natural promoters. And if they're natural promoters, they will refer if you generally just do a good job. But unfortunately, the majority of people in the world are not natural promoters. So therefore, they're not going to just naturally go and talk about you and promote you and share. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is. Like even myself, I'm not a natural promoter. I can be quite extroverted sometimes. I'm probably more introverted than I am extroverted. And honestly, I don't naturally just go out there and promote the people that we work with. Right or wrong, it is how it is. It's my hard wiring. So rather than just hoping that somebody's going to pass you referrals, like your clients are going to ask you to pass you referrals, most people go, okay, let me at least get through this sort of red zone, even up into this yellow zone where let's put in a referral process. So what happens when someone puts in a referral process? Generally, they go, we will give you financial compensation. Okay, we'll give you financial compensation. We'll pay you if you get us referrals. Because really, they don't know any other way. Or we'll give you rewards. We'll compensate you sometime. We'll turn it into a bit of a game. We'll have this process in terms of when we ask for them. So we do this on day 0 to 30, and then from day 30 to 45, we do this. And day 60, we ask. Doesn't matter what's happened in the previous 60 days. That's the spot which tells us we have to ask for a referral. Or we've just gone through, as an example, and sold a property. We didn't get asked, by the real estate agent, would you mind referring or would you mind leaving? It's all automated. Rate my agent. And we get this stupid email that's all automated, thinking that, yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. So what have I done every single time? Delete, delete, delete. You can't even be bothered picking up the phone and even talking to me as if I can be bothered doing something for you. But that's where so many people are at, because they think that, well, let's save some time, effort, energy, money, and let's automate things. And as soon as you take out any human element in terms of wanting to get referrals from people, really you've just shot yourself in the foot, because you're in the wrong part of the brain. And that's why when we limbic brain everyone's businesses from top to bottom, sure, there's a place for automation. There's a place to save time, effort, energy, but definitely not at the expense to how you make the other person feel. Because if you take that expense, like if you put automation in at the expense to how someone else feels, you may as well just shoot yourself in the foot and don't bother ever asking for referrals ever, because it ain't going to happen. You've taken out the most important aspect to what your business can deliver your clients, a feeling. And it doesn't matter what you do, that's how you have to think. So rather than just being transactional or beggy or hope, at least we're not in that red zone. We've at least got a referral process in place. And that's where the majority of people sit. Oh, you give us a referral and we'll compensate you. We've got this reward structure. Or we put in place in our process, after we do this particular amount of work, then we're going to ask for a referral. And honestly, it doesn't work, plain and simple. So then let's sort of move up to then how the next lot of people think, which could be you. And honestly, I think it's horrible. So that's the wrong word. It's not horrible. You just don't know any better. And it is just simply this good job, great service, great results, focus. If we focus purely on doing a good job, providing a great service, getting you great results, then you should refer us. We've only got one problem. That is the expectation. Like, I don't know if I'm ever using somebody going, oh, I hope they don't do a good job or provide me a great service or get me the result that they promise. Like, seriously? Are you ever going in and using anybody, any service, and saying, gee, hope they just don't do a good job. Hope they don't deliver on their promise. Hope they just pretty much just treat me like crap? Of course not. So to me, that third place, if you're playing along at home, listening to the podcast, drawing your triangle, the bottom part of the triangle was a red zone. It's transactional. It's where we beg. It's where we hope that we get referrals. Right? Honestly, if you're in that zone, you need to get out of there quick smart, because you ain't ever getting any referrals. Then we move up into the second zone of the triangle, the yellow zone, where we have a referral process. It's usually around financial compensation, or we'll pay you if you give us referrals. So transaction focused, it's ridiculous. It's not how, as human beings, we are hardwired to respond. Very few people. In fact, I hear people all the time, but we've got like $1,000 referral bonus, and yet no one still refers. It's because you're in the wrong part of the brain. You're not tapping into the human hardwiring that we need to tap into. So we've got to get out of the yellow zone, at least up into the light green zone, the third section of the triangle, where it's good job, great service, great results focus. But to me, the problem with that is that should be what the expectation is. Like, if you really want an extraordinary business, don't just be extraordinary in what you deliver. Be extraordinary to how you are with the emotional factors, with the limbic factors, with the way you make them feel factors. But there's this whole nother level that we want our guys to get to. It's what we teach, but it's what every business should be able to get to. And the super green level at the top is what I call family focus. It's where you treat your clients as part of the family. It's where you actually know clients inside out and back to front. It's where you actually treat them as a friend. Now, I can hear so many service providers, well, the business is here and my personal's over there. And if that's your thinking, it's why you also don't get as many referrals as what you should from your clients, because your thinking stops it. You think any person that's gone out of their way to make you feel a particular way, have you wanted to go out of your way to do things for them? Of course you have. And in fact, if you even think of the last lot of people that you did refer, where you were their client and you were happy to refer, why did you do that? Why were you happy to refer? Where other people you haven't been happy to refer, there's a bunch of people you haven't referred. What was the difference? Ask yourself that, to then start looking in within your own business to go, what do I need to change? There's a person we used last year where we did their sort of program straight. They were a consultant for us. Great at what they delivered. We got everything that we were supposed to get. I haven't passed a single person to them. I haven't really opened any doors for them. I haven't spoke to them at all. I was really just pretty much a number in a transaction. They went through, they did exactly what they were supposed to do, but it was all cortex brain. It was all logical. It was all process driven. It was all rational, analytical. There were no emotional factors, and there was no possible way I felt like I was part of their world. In fact, they tried really hard to make sure there was a wall between their business world and their personal world. So every single person I come across, they don't get an opportunity to be able to work with those people. So is it really worth having a wall between your personal world and your business world? And I think in today's age, with technology and how close the world is to each other, I think you're shooting yourself in the foot. I think it's the worst possible thing that you can do. You need to be able to think, as I bring it back, to how do you go from being process-driven, referral process-driven, that yellow zone with your client referrals, all the way up to what I call family focus. Now, it's not as simple as just going, oh, great, I'll just become family focused. Because the way you've been for goodness knows how long in business has entrenched this way of thinking. Because if it was easy to do, you'd already be doing it. And there's some people who I know would be going right now, oh, I think we are family focused. You're not even close. Because I would go, we're probably just into that super green zone with our own people. And there are days where I don't do a good job. And yet I focus on this every single day. And unless you focus on it every single day, there's no possible way that you can be up in that super green family focus zone. In fact, not even close. There'd be a bunch of people listening right now, without a doubt, you do a really good job, if not a great job. You've got a really good service, really good offering. You get results for your people. And that's great. But that can't be the expectation in terms of where you have to get to for people to refer. That should just be a given. There's this whole nother level if you want clients to refer to you that you have to take your business to. And you have to get out of the boring, rational, logical, analytical cortex brain, and you need to limbic your business from top to bottom by the way you think, by the way you deepen connections with everyone around you, the way you chemicalize your communication, the way you actually bring people into your pipeline, the way you nurture your pipeline, the way you enroll people, the way your client journey pathway exists, how all of your systems within your business operate. They have to be from a limbic standpoint. That's what makes your business going from good, great to extraordinary. That's what activating extraordinary moments is all about. So have a bit of a think about this as you think about how do I increase my client referrals going forward. And I'll leave you with this. How do you, with your clients, put in emotional factors throughout the initial 30 days, but throughout the whole journey that a client is with you? How do you put in emotional factors? Not automation, not simply great task popped up, email got sent, we do it en masse. That doesn't make someone feel like they're special, like they're part of the family, like you actually care about them like you would for a friend. So what can you do to change that? And when you start changing that, look at a difference that also then starts to take place with how your clients respond back to you. Hopefully that's super helpful. As always, love for you to share the episode, love for you to put a review, leave me any insights, comments, takeaways, questions. Leave them wherever you happen to be watching this. If you're on your favorite podcast platform, you can always just hit support@michaelgriffiths.com.au. Leave me your insights, your takeaways, your questions, any thoughts whatsoever. If you've got anything you'd love to learn going forward, shoot us an email. We'll talk about that in our upcoming podcasts. And as always, look in the description wherever you are watching this to numerous ways that we can help you and your business get exposure, limbic from top to bottom, improve your client retention, your referral systems, your client loyalty, and really fast track your business growth. Till next time, guys, take care, and I'll see you real soon. See you later, all.